All right, guys, late at night over here. I'm going to try and analyze these charts as quick as possible. Haven't even looked at them before. I'm going to go really fast, see how fast I could do it. Let's go. Right now, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin's chart. Bitcoin right now is rejecting the middle daily Bollinger Band. We're seeing fairly healthy consolidation so far. It's not a big sell-off, but it is looking fairly weak for the bulls. The bulls aren't showing too much strength over here. We're dropping on declining bear volume so far, showing a lack of buying power on the downside thus far. It's holding yesterday's low, which is a good sign, and the 8-day moving average currently, which is the green line. If it's able to hold that, then we could potentially see a push back upwards to the middle daily Bollinger Band. And if bulls can bring us back up there, they can probably make this a little bull flag and then push towards this 50-day moving average, which is around 37,000 and a half. If bulls are unable to get a push above this middle daily Bollinger Band and they break below this support and this support right here, it could suggest that Bitcoin might be headed back to the lower support level, this trend line over here. And if you look back also, we look at another support, which is the 50-week moving average, which Bitcoin has been holding for a very long time. We're looking at the 50-week moving average. That's the next support that I'd be looking at. Right now, it's rejecting this 4-period moving average on the weekly, showing some weakness. And you could see when stocks or crypto trade below that 4-week moving average, it typically suggests that they're in a downtrend. And it is still in a downtrend because we got the high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, another lower low, and another lower high so far. It's not looking too strong on the longer term time frames. Bulls are obviously trying to make a base here around 30K and trying to get this as a fake out with a double bottom and then push higher on this candlestick over here. So we'll see how this plays out in the short term. And this is going to decide the direction for most of the rest of the market. If Bitcoin is able to break bullish, then the rest of the cryptos should somewhat tag along because there's a lot of correlations in the market. But I do think money this time around is going to be moving into the safer cryptos instead of every crypto. Whereas before, every single crypto went up. I think if we move forward and we do get more of a bull market, the money is going to be moving into the more secure cryptos with brighter futures. So think of the cryptos that might have the brightest future and the biggest purpose down the line if we get out of this bear market, because we are still in a downtrend and in a bear market on the longer term time frames. You take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum's running back up. This was a clear support level, this clear trend line. Ethereum's running back up. Bulls want to test that line and consolidate and then push back above it and trap a lot of these bears in the red from when Ethereum dropped down here. There's a lot of support down here on Ethereum around the $1,700 mark, and that's why it's bounced around here several times. Even though it broke this line slightly, it didn't break it with much follow through. We had a double bottom on the daily over here on Ethereum. We're seeing some strength still. It's still holding yesterday's low as a support. So as long as it continues riding this 4-period moving average, the red line, then it looks like a fairly healthy move. We don't have any big volume spikes at the high. Ethereum at this point actually looks stronger than Bitcoin in my eyes. I think we know where Ethereum's headed. It might be headed towards that 2400 mark to test this previous critical line of support. Take a look at XRP. We are getting a bit of an uptrend on XRP. We have a low, high, higher low, higher high, and we're forming another higher low over here. If the XRP bulls are able to break back above this middle daily Bollinger Band, they could be setting themselves up for at least a short-term uptrend. The RSI looks fairly weak still, but we do got a bullish MACD cross on the daily, showing a little bit of strength. This purple line is the 200-day moving average. Trading below it is pretty bearish. If the bulls are able to get it back above there, and this is a little bull flag, that could be a good sign for XRP. But right now, the overall trend is not so nice. It's still riding below that 4-period moving average on the weekly, showing a lot of weakness. It might consolidate here a little bit longer before seeing a bounce or pull back, test this recent low. We want to see if this holds as a support or not. And if it does, and it's a strong support, it could see that double bottom and continue back up. But right now, the overall trend is still bearish on most cryptos, the overall longer term trend. I would be cautious with Ethereum still. I do say it could head up towards that previous trend line, but it is possible it topped out already. We are looking that it is rejecting that 4-period moving average on the weekly and the middle weekly Bollinger Band over here, and those are clear resistance areas. So be cautious as well on Ethereum. Most of these charts are still pointing bearish. They're still in downtrends. And I'm not saying sell by saying that. I'm not saying don't buy by saying that. What I'm saying is, as of now, these are still in downtrends. And personally, I wouldn't be buying right now. If I had it right now, though, if I was already in, I would probably hold at this point and see how the next few days play out. All right. And I think that would be the most same with the rest of the cryptos. I'm not going to go on too much longer. It's late at night. I'm constantly working on 10 bagger. So many things that I want to do. And that's it. I'm an endless machine working on 10 bagger for you guys. So remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, check the Instagram, and everything else. Have a good night, guys, or good morning.